bilateral agreement with the U.S., not Kosovo. Can you clarify what that means?
Yeah, well, first of all, I would never try to clarify what President Vučić means when he's talking to the Serbian press. I can tell you what he said inside the Oval Office, which was that this was a historic agreement to normalize the region. He talked about the mini Schengen zone, which is now going to be an economic region. So I think it might have been lost in translation a little bit, but make no mistake that the agreement that they signed is definitely an agreement to expand commerce in the region. And there's no question that when you look at diplomas, for instance, or the one-year freeze on the recognition and derecognition, on even the rail agreement, there's a U.S. Department of Energy study that will take place on a lake that is largely in Kosovo. A portion is in Serbia. We're going to do a feasibility study to figure out what kind of jobs can be created around the water. There's no question that that's a shared agreement.
Did they sign an agreement with each other, or did they sign an agreement with the United States?
They signed an agreement to work with each other.
They didn't.
They did not sign with the United States. We're not a signature.
President Trump signed something. We watched him.
Yeah, correct.
What did he sign?
What did he sign?
He signed how would you describe it, basically a letter acknowledging that they are going to work together and do this agreement.
Maybe it's easiest to ask this way. Can you just lay out very specifically what each gentleman signed today? What was that?
They both signed agreements to work together to normalize their economic and commerce relationship.
The agreements are not the same, right? For
They
both
are
sides.
99.9% the same, but of course there's one point that's different at the very bottom, which is that Serbia is going to move its embassy by July of next year. That's on the Serbian agreement. And for Kosovo, their last point, everything is identical to the last point. The last point for Kosovo is that they have a mutual recognition with Israel.
And the infamous item 10 they were mentioning yesterday.